Feeling good. Feeling good about today's slate. I wasn't a couple of days ago. I know, right, Joe? I was telling you I was hating the slate today. Hello, everybody. It is about that time. Fantasy for breakfast from the IU We Talk crew in full force. Black Gaming Entertainment through 3 to go. Check everything out. BlackGamingENT.com is where you can check out all of our stuff, or go to our Facebook page, whatever you want to do. But as I am a little bit ill prepared, just give me about 30. All right. I do not own the rights to 30-second countdowns. Those numbers do not belong to IUE Talk Sports, but we are here to fatten your wallets. That's right. It is fantasy for breakfast, and we're going to do what we always do. What are we giving them? Let's give them that core four. First, let's give them that ticker. Hold on, where my banner at? I don't know where. There it is. Hey, now. We got banners over here. Step your game up. Step your game up. Let's go. Okay, listen. This is where we're starting at today, where we always start quarterback. We cannot miss quarterback, even though last week I do believe I whiffed on quarterback and still cashed. It was an anomaly, an amazing thing. I can't wait to talk about it a little bit later, but we're going to start at quarterback. I'm going to just go on right over here to my right, Doski with the big check. Hey, who you got at QB today?
Yeah, I'm keeping it fairly simple today. I'm going with Justin Herbert. He's off of a good game last week. He's been playing pretty well since coming back off of that bye. It is a divisional matchup against Denver, so I always say those tend to scare me a little bit because since they know each other so well, those tend to be a little bit on the lower end of scoring at times. But with the full arsenal of weapons, I really like Justin Herbert today against that. I say dysfunctional. They can play pretty well every once in a while, but dysfunctional Broncos team. So at 6,600, I consider that a pay down, especially if you look at the picks I made the past 2 weeks. Dak Prescott on both, not to spoil the surprise. It's definitely a pay down. So give me some Justin Herbert, firing him up today.
Okay, all right, I like it. I love it. Justin Herbert, that Denver secondary has been spotty this year. Like you said, that they've played great and then they've played real poor. But Justin Herbert is Justin Herbert. He's gonna score no matter what. Birdie, baby, we got to compete.
So I went super chalky today on quarterback, and I went with Tom Brady. The Colts are near the bottom against QB, and they're playing well. He's not the league leader anymore because, there's already been a game. Derek Carr already played a game, but he will be after this game again. The Colts have given up a league worst 25 touchdowns, and Tom Brady has 29 himself. So I think it's just a recipe for disaster. I think you see a couple, 3, 4 out of time today.
All right. I love it. And you know what I love about Tampa Bay and Tom Brady? They're the number one team when what did I call it? What did they call it? Putting the pedal to the metal. They're throwing the ball even when they're way up. Way up. So Brady's got a point to prove this season, and he's throwing the ball to do it. Strikel Mahan, is that right? Strikel.
Well done.
Next kid, Strikel, for sure.
Michael Strahan getting his number retired today, baby. It's going to be great. But for quarterback, I'm going with Janine Garoppolo. She's the quarterback for San Francisco. Janine Garoppolo. I don't know if anybody gets that reference. Old comic. Okay, anyway. Yes, Garoppolo. Playing against Minnesota. I think anybody that Minnesota ever plays, it's a tight game. And they're just throwing till the end, whoever plays Minnesota. So I'm going with him just on sheer volume, and there's going to be a surprise, but it's a stack with a wide receiver.
Oh, yo, that's crazy. I think you and I are on the same page this morning because I definitely got me some Jimmy G in there today. I was more focused on attacking Rashad Breeland and Cam Dantzler from Minnesota because they kind of stink. Dantzler's been okay this season. He's been better than like in the past. But Breeland, though, whoa, man, this guy's going to give up some production. Like, there's absolutely no doubt about it. I'm right there with you. That is my quarterback also, Jimmy G. All right, have faith. Who you going with? Who you rolling with today, man?
Hey, man, I'm on the same train as Joe. I mean, Herbert's coming off arguably his best game of the season, threw 3 touchdowns. If Denver does have a good game defensively, Herbert showed last week that he can run the ball. So he's going to score touchdowns today. He had 9 carries for 90 yards last week. So if the defense does play, the secondary plays okay today, he can still get you with his feet. And at 6,600, I agree with Joe. The money's there. I think he's going to produce, and he's going to throw the ball. Like I said, he hasn't strung together a number of games in a while, and today, hopefully, is the number 2 in his string.
Right. Okay. Yo, I love it. I think Justin Herbert, he's going against Denver's secondary, and they're giving up chunk plays like crazy. Yep. Like crazy in their secondary. So, all right, let's roll on to running back. I'm gonna start off with Birdie Baby. Birdie Baby, who you got paired up with Tom Brady?
Yeah, so look, complete opposite of pairing up with Tom Brady, but I'm taking James Robinson here at $6,200. He's got a favorable matchup against the Atlanta Falcons, and I actually like Jacksonville on the money line here as well. Robinson, he averages around, I think it's like 68 games, so 70 yards a game. But Atlanta gives up almost 100 yards a game and allows 28 points per game to the position. So I really like James Robinson here.
Okay, James Robinson, I love it. What did you say? Money line? Who you got on the money line today?
I got Jacksonville.
Oh, okay, nice. That's who I picked for my pick'em. From the pool today, but man, I'll tell you what, I'm off to a bad start. I missed 2 out of 3 games on Thanksgiving.
Yipes!
Oh, I know, yeah, it's not a great start at all.
Wait, who'd you pick?
Who I picked? I went with the Lions because Jared Goff was starting. I scratched it. I scratched my little first pick out, and I checked the Lions, and they lost. And then I took
Dallas.
Yeah. Took Dallas.
Yeah, me too.
Unbelievable.
I didn't pick the Lions, though.
I thought they'd get their first win, man. Oh.
Yeah, hey, look, and I picked the Lions against the Steelers 2 weeks ago, and they tied them. So the Lions have been a little bit unlucky, too. Not to hate on the Bears, Jeff.
Right.
It's all good.
But then again, when you call 2 timeouts back-to-back at the end of the game, it's just like, Dan Campbell, what you doing, dog? Yeah. I don't see no kneecaps getting bitten off, anything,
I don't know, man. Hey, you know what? I feel like we need to write coaches. You know what I mean? Just the IU We Talk Sports guys who's like, hey, what were you doing? What was that? What's going on here? You know what I mean? What are you doing? What are you doing? There's so many things I've seen this year that's just like, all right, you need a letter sent to your house from me. Anyway, the real Joe Harris. Who you got today at running back pairing up with Justin Herbert?
So I'm spending up, and when I say I'm spending up, I mean I am spending up. I'm taking Christian McCaffrey this week.
Yep.
So really his trends so far are just immaculate, truthfully. The first week back he had 49% of the snaps. Second week 59, last week 90, and then he's had back-to-back weeks with 8+ targets. My biggest stat of all, Leo has him. So, might as well go ahead and pick him because that's the luckiest mother. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, that I've ever ever known in my whole entire life. So, I think that Dolphins defense might be a little bit scary to everyone, especially if you look at those colors that are sitting there underneath of the points per game total or whatever. But what you have to realize is that the Dolphins haven't played anyone over the past several weeks, which has kind of boosted them to that ranking. I think they've had the Texans, the Ravens, and the Bills. None of those teams have running backs, literally. So, Lamar. but he plays the quarterback position, luckily enough for the ranking purposes. So yeah, fire me up some CMC this week, man. Him and Justin Herbert are just gonna tear the slate apart. So
I hope that's some bad juju you just put on Leo, bro.
yeah, I don't think that. I
Leo
don't think
doesn't
that's
get
possible.
Leo doesn't get bad juju.
Oh, it's possible. It's possible. You know what? Matter of fact, let me go look at his lineup because I'm about to pick all his players.
It's not a bad call. You might as well win some money if
Right.
Leo's gonna end up beating you, man. That's
Andy, just go on the golfing trip with us. You'll whip his ass in golf. He uses 3 clubs, bro. That'll make you feel better about yourself.
Kai, I'm pretty sure that you also use 3 clubs.
I use about 6, but I see where you're going with that. But hey, Thursday, let's go.
No doubt. I used like 2. When we went on the golf outing, I used 2 different clubs the whole time.
You got to diversify the bag.
I kept opening up my face, is what Danny kept telling me. I'm turning my something and the ball's shooting off that way, and it's bad, dude. It was bad news. Striko mayhem.
My bad. I got James Robinson. Pretty much everything that your boy Andy said is I'm in agreement with. I think he's gotten healthier over the last couple of weeks, and like Andy said, Atlanta's defense is kind of boo boo.
Right. Okay. Atlanta's defense is a little bit boo boo. That's for sure. But here's the thing: is Jacksonville's going to lean on James Robinson. They're gonna lean on him. So that's a really good way to go because we're attacking volume. Volume is where the money's at. Believe me when I say, have faith. Who you got a running back?
I'm going a guy we haven't heard from pretty much all season. I don't know. I think I picked him once earlier, but I'm paying down this week. I'm going to Darrell Henderson Jr. And the main reason is that it's going to be a good game. He's going to be a big part of that offense if they're going to score with Green Bay. Who knows what, Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, all those guys, but they're going to score. They're at home. But I think Darrell Henderson Jr., we know he catches, he runs, he can score from anywhere on the field, and he's going to get some shots today. So I'm taking a chance at 5,800 with Darrell Henderson Jr.
All right. Okay. Very nice. I like Darrell Henderson Jr. He's a hard runner. He's good. He's got Sony behind him, though, so he better be running hard because they want to give the ball to Sony. I see it when I watch these games. They want Sony to be the guy.
They don't. I have him in a.
Yes,
I have him in a league. They don't.
Dude, how does he still get 10, 12 carries all the time? And it's just like whenever Darrell tweets.
I don't know, but he gets about 4.5 points, so who cares?
Oh, well, yes, of course, because he's the backup still. I'm telling you, I'm watching these games, and they want him to be the guy.
I don't know.
He does run pretty well whenever when Henderson. Well, I think Henderson was only out once this year, but he did actually run pretty well. But it is kind of odd because he is still getting some touches. He's just not doing anything with them. But that also seems to be the case in the Rams' backfield. Even last year, when they had Cam Akers and then that, like Darrell Henderson, everyone's like, holding on to him like, oh, he's going to be a good solid backup. But he didn't become anything until this year when he was just a guy. So
right,
I don't get it.
Right. I mean, I think Darrell's missed one game, like you said, and then he's exited 4. He's exited 4 games, and then it's like he always plays the next week. It's like he could have played those games. They was like, nah, bro. Take a seat. Relax. Let Sony take over for a minute here. Let's see. We got Hefe's Darrell Henderson. Okay, so I'm paying up. I'm paying way up. But I'm paying $900. I believe it was $900 less dollars to go with Dalvin Cook today. I think I'm going to go with Dalvin Cook. He should be cooking on the ground for Minnesota today, no doubt about it. I think him and Justin Jefferson are going to just go nuts. Now, here's the thing is there's going to be negative correlation. So if anybody's out there who's playing Kirk Cousins, you should not have Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, and Dalvin Cook in your lineup. No way. 2 of the 3 of those guys are going to blow up today. That's all there is to it. And I'm taking out Kirk Cousins out of the equation with that because I think Dalvin is going to take a lot of production up on the ground. That's negative correlation. So That's what I'm rolling with, and we'll roll on to wide receiver. I want to see what Hefe. Who you getting in there with Herbert and Darrell Henderson?
I'm going with the guy. I haven't really picked him much this year, but Deebo Samuel, man, he's pretty electric. And they even said it last week when I picked up Jeff Wilson Jr. that he's going to snake some carries from him, and he sure did. But it doesn't matter how you get this guy the ball. They have to get this guy the ball, and when he gets the ball, he scores. And I don't really care what the price is this week. I'm paying $7,900, and I'm going to hopefully watch a Debo show today.
Yeah. Hey, leading the league in Yak. I love Yak. That's my favorite.
He's as dynamic as they come.
100%. And he is just a beast. And it's crazy because San Francisco's the definition of West Coast offense. Everything they throw is underneath. Almost everything. It's amazing. And then here goes Debo. Bang. They used him as a running back last week. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Strike-o. Mayhem. Who you got?
So I think all of our teams are going to be good because I also have the same guy, Deebo Samuel. I'm layering him up with Garoppolo, so I just thought it was the best thing to do. I think that's going to be a kind of shoot him out kind of game. So yeah, Deebo, he's been producing.
No doubt. Yep. He seems unstoppable. Unstoppable. Birdie. Baby. Who you got at wide receiver?
Well, look, you can't be terrible against the pass without also being bad against what happens after the pass, and that's the catch, right? So I'm going with the same game guy that Tom Brady throws to, and that's Chris Godwin. Now, a lot of you probably expected me to take Michael Evans, but look, here's the deal. Mike Evans is a little bit more expensive, and Chris Godwin has 20 more catches. Mike Evans does have a couple more touchdowns on the year, but Chris Godwin, I think, is going to get the ball a ton today, going against the second string cornerback. I just like him a lot. And like I said, I'm comfortable paying down a little bit for Chris Godwin as opposed to paying for Mike Evans because I just think he's going to get the ball a ton.
Yep, you're totally right there. Chris Godwin's in a bunch of my lineups today. And Mike Evans is dealing with a back issue right now. So he might miss today. I think he's a game time decision. I'm not sure if anybody. What's that?
He needs a backiotomy?
Mike Evans need a backiotomy like ASAP. Right. He might miss today's game. And if he does, we'll get to the next position in the moment.
It does. He said it says he practiced on Friday, full practice.
Full practice for Mike Evans?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We still need to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, from what I know, I think he's fully expected to play.
Okay. Well, even still. All right, timeout. Right. Hey, take over for a minute, Joe.
All right, so I think it was my pick. Did we get everyone else's pick before I go? Because I think it's me. Oh, Andy, you never do this.
Drew didn't go for wide receiver yet. I think you're up.
Okay. All right. Well, that works out. So, Well, my wide receiver pick this week is, actually, I kind of like Andy's theme on this with Brady and Godwin. I'm stacking my wide receiver with my quarterback as well because I am going Keenan Allen. His target count over the last 4 weeks has just been ridiculous. It's 11, 13, 11, and 13. Those are my new numbers. And then Kyle Fuller is actually the 7th worst ranked cornerback. He's a slot corner, so he really should be covering Keenan Allen throughout a majority of his game. On top of that, just everything else I said about what Denver's defense has been like. I just think it's that time for them to, have one of those low-end weeks. I think the past 2 weeks, I can't remember who they've played, but I know the scores have been relatively low. I think this week is going to be the week where defense just gets...
It's Jeff. Where is the fucking battery?
Oh, hey, Jeff. Somebody move Jeff. Thank you.
Look at that. FedEx is owned. There you go.
Hey, Jeff out there saving the world. Saving the world. One package at a time.
He's doing us a favor right now, guys.
That's right.
Free advertisement for FedEx. And by the way, we do not own rights to those FedEx trucks.
Right.
So,
right. Neither does FedEx. It's all subcontracting anyway. But anyway,
Hey, real quick, Drew. We obviously need your wide receiver, but could you tell me your quarterback again?
Oh, my QB, Jimmy G. I'm rolling with
thank
Jimmy
you.
G. Yep. Now I rode with Jimmy G. I have 3 lineups today. Jimmy G is the head of a couple of them, but
Are you rolling Jimmy and Cash? That's got to be a GPP lineup that you're building with Jimmy,
I
right?
I feel comfortable with Jimmy and I do feel good about Jimmy and Cash today. I really do. Because here's the thing, I love Debo today. I love Ayuk today. They're in a lot of my lineups. If you love Debo and Ayuk, you almost have to love Jimmy too. He's
Right.
pretty paid down also. So he also allowed for me to go in and get Dalvin Cook. I think there's one lineup. I have Christian McCaffrey and Dalvin Cook in the same lineup. You know what I'm saying? It had to happen somewhere. So if I love his receivers, I gotta love him too. All right, wide receiver. I'm rolling with Deontay Johnson. I'm all reliable. No matter how crazy that stat line's looking by 3/4 of the way through that game, somehow Big Ben is going to get this man the ball. He ended last week with 7 catches and over 100 yards, but I think he entered the fourth quarter with like 60 and 2 or 3, something like that. It wasn't a whole lot that was going on for Deontay, and he scored a touchdown. So he is the main. Him and Najee Harris are just the main cogs in that offense, and Deontay has a great matchup today, so he's gonna just destroy. I don't even remember who's Pittsburgh. Oh, Cincinnati. Oh yeah, absolutely.
How much is he?
6,600. Deontay Johnson.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yep. 6,600 today on DraftKings, and I think he's gonna smash. Okay, let's go to tight end. I want to roll over here to the real Joe Harris, not the fake Joe Harris. I need the real Joe Harris to stand up and let me know what that tight end.
Well, I'm actually going to stay in the same game you were talking about. There's one more person that you left out of that equation, and that's Pat Fryermuth. And I think you were saying earlier something about volume, and volume is what he's been getting over the past 5 games: 7, 7, 6, 9, 7. That's not a phone number, but that is his target count. So, yeah, he's definitely well involved. And just a little secret here. He is actually second in the entire league in targets within the 10-yard line. So they're trying to throw him the ball in the end zone, probably because Ben Roethlisberger has noodle arm, does something like this when he throws it. It's starting to get cold outside. Don't expect him to get that ball too far down the field. I stopped trusting some of those guys. He's getting deeper down there. I mean, we actually we're all wondering why Andy dropped Chase Claypool, but I'm kind of curious to see how he plays for the rest of the year, because really is getting right around that time of year where we saw Ben Roethlisberger just completely fall flat on his face last year. So, I like somebody that he can get the ball to on these short routes. And also Eric Ebron is having that he is undergoing knee surgery. So that leaves Fryermuth pretty much every down tight end as well. He averaged 18 points per game when Ebron was out earlier in the season. So I mean, this is a big play in that 4,300. I mean, not only a big play, but a big steal. Anything you go less than that, you're pretty much just risking at that point, which we punt the position a lot. But I think this might be one of the safest bets there are on the slate today, regardless of value.
Okay, I love it. Pat Fryermuth. Sound like the whole stadium be mooing when he catch the ball. It's kind of dope, but I hate the Steelers. I have so many of them on my team. Birdie, baby, who you got at tight end today?
Yeah, I'm rolling in the same game that Joe's quarterback is in, but I'm going on the opposite side. I'm going with Noah Fant at $4,600. You take away the Chargers bye, they're dead last against tight end. And they allow almost 17 points a game to them. And with 42 receptions, he's second on his team, 1 reception behind Cortland Sutton. So they get this dude the ball. Obviously, they're a run-based team for sure. But, in the play-action game, they definitely look for that tight end, man. And, I just like Noah Fant, and I don't think you're paying a ton for him.
Okay. All right. I love it. Have you gone with Noah Fant at all this year?
No.
It's your first time?
Yeah.
Right. I've gone Noah Fant probably 3 or 4 times this year. He hasn't totally busted though. I mean, it's been all right. I love Noah Fant. I think he just needs more volume. That's it, and he will really blossom.
He just needed me to pick him, bro. That's it. Just a little boost.
That's right. Okay. That's what's up. Striker, who you got today, Mr. Mahan?
So I went Robert Gronkowski. He's getting healthy. He's looking good. He did the Giants a little bit dirty. So since he's not playing the Giants today, I'm gonna pick him. I just think he's back. Yeah, I see him getting a touchdown, probably 80 yards, 6-7 catches.
I love it. Yeah. I mean, when Gronk plays, Brady uses him. That's all there is to it. He's gonna look for him in the zone. Yep, it's facts. Facts all day, baby. All right, I love Gronk. There's 3 tight ends that I've used today in all of my lineups. And most of my lineups have double tight ends. It's Dan Arnold, Robert Gronkowski, and Pat Freiermuth. Those are the 3 guys that I have everywhere today. So, but for core 4, I'm throwing Dan Arnold in there at 4,000 because I think the 0 targets last week was an anomaly. I think losing Jamal Agnew is going to open up a little bit, like even more for Dan Arnold. They were hitting him up like crazy before anyways, but now Agnew's down. So I'm loving Chenault at 4,400, just throwing that out there for everybody. And then Dan Arnold is my tight end at 4,000. Hefe, who you got at tight end today?
Unmute.
Oh,
unmute.
Unmute.
There we go. Hey, I'm just going back to that Matt Ryan well, and I'm going Kyle Pitts today just because he's expensive. But you know what? The guy's a beast, and he's going to get the ball. Hopefully he gets more than the 4 targets that he got last week. But look, Kyle Pitts is a beast, and he's going to have a game or 2 somewhere down the stretch. Why not today?
Yeah. Hey, yo, you called wait a minute. Hold on. We'll get there in a second. But you had one hell of a call on Thanksgiving. Holy cow. DJ. My goodness. Yo, we'll get there in just a minute because that.
I can hit deep dives. I just can't hit anything else this year.
Right. It'd be like that sometimes. All right. Speaking of deep dives, let's go snorkeling, y'all. Get your snorkeling gear on. Let's go deep diving for these stinky picks. Under $3,500 on DraftKings, you're going to need to incorporate this, everybody out there, into your lineup somehow, so that you're able to pay up other places, like for a Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey, people like that. So I think, Joe, you had gone with McCaffrey, right? So who you paying down for today?
So actually, Andy has one tight end for the Broncos, Noah Fant. I have the other one, Albert Akawumbamum. Don't ask me how to pronounce it. But anyway, he's $3,300. And I mean, we are talking about deep diving here. So I'm looking at the most volume that I can get at that low of a rate. He actually has 10 receptions on 11 targets over the past 3 games. It's averaging 45 yards a game in there. So prayerfully, he can at least do the same for that 3,300, and he automatically pays off for me. If he can find the end zone, even better. And then, as Andy mentioned right at the end of his tight end segment, the Chargers, outside of that bye week, currently ranked last against tight ends. So, to me, that 3,300 is definitely well spent. Even if I can get half of the production that he's been giving over the past 3 games, I should do enough just to go ahead and balance out my lineup with that pick there.
Okay, yeah, love it.
I'm just gonna call him Big Al. Big Al.
Big Al. There we go. I was gonna ask you for a name again, but then Okuwambe. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it looks like something. It doesn't even look right on paper. It looks like you just took a bunch of letters and just jumbled them together in the middle. But the beginning of it says okay. So.
Right. Right. Exactly. Not too many vowels. Not a whole lot of vowels there. Birdie, baby, who you got? Who you deep diving for?
Yo, I'm going deep diving with my boy Scotty Too Hottie Miller. He's $3,000 today. Just activated off IR. Tyler Johnson's run is done. The dude is not going to see. He might see the field a couple times, but he's done. I think that Scotty Miller, with Antonio Brown being out, has a chance to be the number 3 wide receiver in that offense today. So at $3,000, why not? Why not throw him in there and take a shot?
No doubt. Why not? Take a shot, take a shot. Oh, no. We got an abduction. Who'd we lose? Jeff, Hefe, where'd you go? Oh, we got the abduction. No videos, though, today. Strikel, who you diving for?
I'm diving for Mr. Zach Pascal, simply because he was $3,500 and he puts up the most points for anybody that costs $3,500. But he had a good game last week, 1 reception, -1 yards. But anyway, that's who I'm picking.
Man, you really sold us on that deep dive right there. I don't even know if you sold yourself. Really, you just
you know what? He has to forget about the game last week, guys. Positive mentality. It's going to be a shootout in Tampa Bay or wherever they're playing, and they're playing in Indy, so he's got to get that home crowd going.
Oh, they are indoors. That's good.
Yeah.
There you go. You got an indoor
game. Also, they are indoors. Thank you, Joe. No, honestly, I have $3,500 left. He has the most fantasy points per game. That's who I went with, and I'm crossing my fingers.
All right. Hey, there you go. That's what deep dives are about. There's going to be a guy or two in your lineup where you're just like, okay.
I think the rest of my lineup is so good, I don't even need him. But if he puts up 8 points, more power to him.
Right. Exactly. No doubt. Hefe, who you diving? Oh, wait, no. We got you dive, didn't we?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
I've been working on this truck. It won't start. I'm going to Tennessee, man. Dez Fitzpatrick. Mm-hmm. He fits the mold. Last week he had 6 targets, caught a touchdown, his first NFL touchdown. And they say he's looking for a bigger chunk today than he got last week. So he could approach the 10 targets if that game plays out the way it could if they have to throw. So Dez Fitzpatrick, hey, 4 or 5 catches, maybe duplicates his touchdown. Well worth it.
Right. Yo, and that's in Tennessee because they're going to have a hell of a time today. They're going to have a hard day.
Yep.
Holy cow.
I hope so. I hope it's the hardest day they've experienced all season long.
No A.J. Brown, no Julio. J.C. Jackson's going to take away one of the options. So Akine maybe is out of the equation in altogether. So that leaves Jeff's guy, who I always forgot his name. I never even heard his name, Dez Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
And Chester Rogers and Dontrell Hilliard. Dontrell Hilliard.
Well, they have that Nakeem Westbrook guy too.
Yeah, but J.C. Jackson's erasing him from the face of the planet.
Who knows who's covering who, though? They're all, pretty much to me, they're all a bunch of essentially no names. I don't know. No, we don't know any of these guys.
Right. No, we don't know them all like that. No, but I know J.C. Jackson's a shadow corner, and he's going to just completely lock down just about whoever he lines up across from, especially if it's Nick Westbrook, King, Rogers, or whoever, So that, to me, that's one less option than they already have. So they're down 4. They're down 4 big options. Whew. Fire up your Dontrell Hilliard, 4,600. Let's go.
Who thought at the beginning of the season that we get to this point is the middle of the season rather, and the Titans wouldn't have A.J. Brown, Julio Jones, or Derrick Henry? That's probably one of the most unlucky teams, especially offensively, that there are out there. That's just if they somehow win this game, man, then I'd probably be terrified of what the Titans can be, honestly, because they've already won some games since they've had these injuries that I feel like they shouldn't have. Who was it they beat up on pretty good? Maybe a few weeks ago. It was like right after they lost Derrick Henry.
Right after they lost Henry.
Yeah.
I'm really not sure.
The Bills? I can't remember, man.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I think it might have been the Bills. Yeah, it was someone odd, but yeah, they've been overcoming it all season long somehow. So if they pull this one out of their hat, then I'm gonna probably, even with all the injuries, it sounds crazy, but I'll probably go ahead and bump them way up that Super Bowl potential team.
Right. Okay. Possibly. I do like their secondary. Kevin Byard is awesome, but he's kind of alone right now, and they're banged up back there too. So Tennessee somehow they're pulling it together when they can, but not today. They're screwed today. Let's see. Deep dive. Oh, okay. I'll give you my deep dive. All right.
I got to go. I'll see you guys tonight.
All right. Hey, peace out, man. Yeah. And that reminds me, everybody check out our live show tonight at the basement. We're going to be there in, I think, full force, almost full force. We may be missing like an internal organ or so, whatever. We'll see how it goes. But we're going to be live tonight, bringing you the goodness for the Browns pregame show at the basement. So everybody check that out. And I'll give you my deep dive. I'm going KJ Osborne. I've gone here. This is my third time now. I went with the first week where he blew up. The second week, I went with him again, and then he was over 35. He's back now. He's under 35 again, coming in at 3,400. And the slot corners in San Francisco is not great, not very good at all. So KJ Osborne should be getting open today. He should be getting hit up by Kirk Cousins. We'll see, of course. And I'm hoping this game's a shootout. That's the only way this thing's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Only way. So, here we go. How did we do on Turkey Day? And how did we do last Sunday with the core four? Birdie, baby, break it down.
So we'll start with the Sunday, 7 days ago, where, none of us had a huge week. We all kind of, I don't know. None of us had a huge week. We had some good plays, but we just didn't put a whole core four together. But we'll start from the bottom. Bringing up the bottom was Kai, 49.02. Jeff followed that. Oh, no, sorry. Let me flip that and reverse it. Jeff was the bottom. I get tired of ragging on Jeff, man. Jeff was the bottom at 40.2. Kai was above that at 49.02. I was in third place at 60.64. Drew, we gave you 65.04, even though you didn't play your running back. We still gave you the points for it because I had him as well. And then Joe took home 2 weeks in a row, 67.70. But again, I don't think any of us had like tremendous lineups. We're always striving for that 70. And we had two guys that were real close to it, though.
Right.
Heading into Thanksgiving, Joe is riding a 2-game losing streak, so we're trying to knock him off that pedestal. And again, we'll start from the bottom here. And luckily, he signed off because it's Jeff again. 53.72.
Oh boy.
Oh my.
I came in just above that at 58.32, but I attribute that to an injury. So. And actually, Jess is attributed to 2 injuries. So he had Swift and Waller. So yeah, and I had Waller, and the rest of my team did pretty good. Let's see. Coming in third was Joe at 60.7. Drew was in second at 70.4, and Kai finally gets back up on the podium, 77.7. So we had 2 to 3 real good lineups there as well. But then, truthfully, I think we all would have had good lineups if it weren't for injuries. So I was happy with the Thanksgiving output.
Yeah, Thanksgiving treated me nice. Last week treated me even nicer. I cashed in crazy last week. Yeah, that was awesome. But congratulations, Kai, Joe. You guys had good runs. I still have never come in first. I've never come in first place. This is crazy.
Ooh, no first places, huh?
None. 0 all year, but no last places either. So whatever.
Hey, that might be more important.
Right, exactly. That's why I'm such an advocate for averages. I'm like, give me my averages. I'm a baseball player too. I'm trying to bet like 400 out here. So, all right. We got deep dives. We got core fours. All that's left is to leave something for the people to take home today. At the end of the show, that'll help them put some money in their pocket or just have a better day. Whatever you guys want to do. Well, I know we'll say Birdie Baby for last because he be needing applauses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Strikel, what you got for the people today?
I really need the Giants to win today, man. Strahan's getting his jersey retired. I hope he gives a little pep talk here before the game. That'd be so sweet. Go Greener in high school, my alma mater. They're heading into the Virginia State semifinals for football. Also, VPI Hokie High. We win the Virginia Cup again. Bowl bound. I know they only went 6-6, and they're going to get a shitty bowl, but I don't think they've missed a bowl game in almost 35 years. So shout out to them too.
Oh, all right. No doubt. The real Joe Harris. What you got for the people?
So as far as lineups are concerned, fire up some Cam Newton today. I think he's a nice solid cash play. Also Brandon Ayuk. I'm not going to go into a huge cinnamon toast hunch, but I kind of feel like he has a potential to have a bigger day than Deebo Samuel today on a little sneaky. So there is that. Other than that, I think Drew already touched on it a little bit. We'll be doing our live Browns pregame show here later on tonight. Make sure all 100 of you viewers right now are logged on tonight, so you can go ahead and check that out. We'd love to have you guys, give your comments, let us know what you think, give us some of your own picks as well. Other than that, man, I think that's it. Ennis Cannon changed his name to Ennis Cannon Freedom. He's on one right now. So yeah, go Pats, go Browns. Who's playing the Steelers?
Bengals.
Go Cincinnati. I need all three of those. Those are three things I would want anyway. If that happens, then the Patriots would be number one in AFC. Let's go.
All right. Okay, so I'll leave my let's see. Last week I gave the people super draft where you can go deposit some money and put in some lineups and you can pick whoever you want. There are no salary caps. It's a real good place to go play daily fantasy. Honestly, I'm going to give you another one today. It's called Stat Hero. Stat Hero is basically stacking games against one opponent. You have one opponent, that's the house. You know who the house is picking ahead of time, like days and days ahead. They can reserve the right to change if there's like an injury throughout the week or something like that, but you have one lineup that you need to beat. So go in there and beat them. It really isn't that hard. You go in there, make a couple dollars here and there, bada bing, bada boom. You're on Super Draft, you're on Stat Hero, DraftKings. You're using our advice. You're cashing in on 3 different platforms. What's up? Let's go. Let's get it, baby. Not bad at all. Birdie, baby, what you got for the people today?
Yeah, a little precursor. The Browns playing on Sunday night against the Ravens. Kai, I wish I had your optimism because I'm not as optimistic about the Browns winning today as you are about the Eagles, and I think the Browns are better. The Giants, and I think the Browns are a little better than the Giants. But I'm hoping we can pull out some sort of victory tonight, man. I'd love to see it. I think it depends on which version of our quarterback shows up. Hey, I did want to shout out you, Kai, real quick. I look forward to seeing Virginia Tech in the David Sunflower Seed Bowl. I can't wait to watch that.
Come on over, man.
Hey, good win by Michigan yesterday, man. The rivalry may be back. You can't go undefeated against somebody forever. So in my lifetime, they've dominated 10 straight years of victory. So, I'm willing to give up one every decade, man. So good win by Michigan. No hate here, man. No hate here. You guys deserve that win.
Yes, I suppose. You got to give credit where it's due. It just sucks. You know what I mean? But the overall, I think what Ohio State's done to the overall record against Michigan is really impressive. Like, we've closed the gap big time.
Big time.
Big, dude. Over the last 2 decades, really at least the last 20 years, they probably
that's what I mean. In my lifetime, man. So, 34 years old, I probably really started watching football when I was 13, 14, like high school. And ever since then, man, it's been pretty much Ohio State all the way.
No doubt about it. Yeah, we've been smashing. Hey, I already missed it. I forgot who won last Sunday's score for it? Was it Joe?
Last Sunday was Joe. Thursday was Kai.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, I don't have a banner for you,
The
Joe.
winner.
Yeah. Hold on. No. I gotta make this right. Joe E's the. Hold on. How did I spell it for Kai?
WEI.
I have extra vowels for Kai because he's German. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, you know what a wiener.
Wiener.
You know what a wiener is, right?
It's a hot dog.
Sausage.
Well, it's a person from Vienna.
Oh.
That's how you say Vienna in German is Wien, and that's where they made the sausages, and that's why they're called Frankfurters too, because in Frankfurt they make sausage. Whatever, I don't know.
Those things are all trash, man. Give me a ballpark.
What? Give me a ballpark.
I can't even say that was trash.
They plump when you cook them. They plump when you cook them.
He said,
all right, guys.
He said, I'm opting out of the Johnsonville. Just give me a ballpark already. There you go. Right.
Hey, shout out the what are they? The Cheddarwurst, man. Oh, those things go hard, man.
Oh, those are easily hands down the. I will compare that with any brat any day of the week.
Hey, from football to brats, we got you. We got you here on IUE Talk Sports.